Hello dear students, welcome in this online session of 10th standard part 2 and the lesson is 17. I welcome you in this lecture with online session and I hope that in the part 1 you understood what is the reasons for the poverty, because today we are taking the same point but in the different level with the deep theory about the reasons of poverty, in which I'll make you explain how the India is actually possibly relating and dealing with this kinds of problem. Also we'll go with the theory with the reasons of poverty. So that is the today's topic. Startup topic, that is reasons of poverty. We all know that this is actually part number 2 and this is the part describing you the same theory but in the forward manner, page number 135, and you will understand about the detailed reasons of the poverty today. So we all know that India is a country which is developing nation, known as in the name factor also, and in this nation we are actually leading and dealing with lots of problems related to the conceptual theory. It may be corruption, it may be black marketing, profiteering, hoarding, and extra kind of things are there in India, and that's we are actually struggling out, and for that only we are not moving ahead in the category of developed nation. Still we need to develop, where the population is also one of the chain in the legs of the Indian economy, which is not making Indian economy to run very faster on the runway of the progress. Therefore we need to control the population growth too here. Now today we need to understand, okay, what are the reasons of poverty and how it can be seen out, measures, and what are the basic factors to be curbing the reasons of poverty too here, in which grade eradication can be working out. So the original we can say the poverty name is given from the poor people. It means that the origin of the poverty is more deeper than we think, and it is actually coming from the villages. So the rural occupying people area consisting can be said as the poor people. Now it doesn't mean that the poverty is coming only from the villages and the villagers are only the poor people. No, you need to find out the reason why the villagers are the poor people. Why? What is the reason for that? Now see, some of the factors which we'll be discussing in this chapter is actually the theory which is not only the fact of chapter, it is actually the fact of our country, and that's how we can say the decrease in the income from the agricultural sector. The agriculture has been not followed well, focused well, and that's how poor people can be seen in the villages more than compared to the cities here. And laterally we can say the insufficient amount of infrastructure, the development of the area, agriculture sector, and also irrigation facilities can be making them seasonal poor and laterally regular poor also, where unemployment is a basic factor which is always can be seen inside the villages. Lack of alternative options are there. They don't have that kind of farming options, they don't have any kind of machinery options, and also lack of knowledge regarding to the excessive amount of the expenditure and lack of education, skill, training. Rural areas are still depriving from the general basic knowledge of the smart technologies. Now lack of knowledge also deals with the excessive in expenditure, and because of that income source of the production is not generated, and therefore the farmers are actually becoming the debt payer or the debt collector too. So that's how this country is dealing with the challenges and the problems related to the factor of the poverty and the reason of poverty. So if it go in the detailed theory, then we can say why the people of villages are illiterate. Why? Because government sometime or the people of that area is not supportive. That's how they can be illiterate also. So exploitation is a general thing which can be seen in the village area. So due to illiteracy, exploitation, injustice can be also seen out there. Now due to ignoring, or we can say due to ignoring necessities, things and all, economical welfare, the poorest section remains in the society during formation of the economic policies more poor, and the rich becoming more richer. It means that still the poor people are not having the concept of strategy which is made by the government to eradicate the poverty, and that's how we can say, okay, because of execution of the economical problems from the rural areas, from the village areas, the economical of their own beneficial things are collapsing, and therefore they are becoming poor. Their upcoming generations are also becoming poor as well. The industry broke down, the migrants are also increasing. Means when the industries are starting in the cities, the people leave the village, nobody is in the village, and the farmers in the village are not getting help, they're not getting kind of benefits also, and the crowd in the cities are explore mode. It means that still those who are watching this live lecture of mine, 17th lesson, I bet you among you all, you most could be having the dream to buy the flat or the bungalows or the houses or the properties at Baroda. You are actually trying to leave your village. Now you can be having a different excuses. Some of can be giving the excuse of better lifestyle. Some of can be giving the excuse of lack of opportunities. Some of can be giving the excuse of their own personal needs. But one thing we need to understand, the productivity, raw materials, labors are only generated from the villages. We should support the villages, and therefore the people are becoming victim of malnutrition, diseases, and later on many kinds of things too. So there is an increase in the production factor also related to the population. Population growth is not controlled here. Death rate decreases, and average lifespan of India has been increased due to medicines and all, but somehow the labor are or we can say like the food material are not available by the government in the stock shelter, and still today most of the people are deprived with the food, and therefore we can say basic environmental things or basic essential things are decreasing. Therefore the price rise can be seen out also. Downfall of the purchasing materials can be seen out, where the power of the expenditure also decreases and the living standard of a person is also decreases. So person is becoming gradually poor. Gradually means slowly he is becoming poorer, and that's how that is the downfall of the purchase power too. So here we can understand what kind of things must be done to stop this kinds of poverty. Dekho, there is only simple thing. You need to go with a strategy. What is that? That is the strategy for the poverty elevation program. That I'll show you what is the meaning of strategy. Okay, strategy means the plannings. Strategy means that is strategy. It shows you the basic planning of the poverty and the poverty eradication also. Now strategies are made to eradicate generally the poverty. Now what is the need for the eradication of the poverty? Obviously the people will increase their income, the people will go with the more proper benefits, the people will pay the tax, and the people will also try to get the better lifestyle also. That is known as the strategy of the poverty elevation program or poverty eradication program, and that's how you can get with the strategy of the program also. So why I am making you to understand these kinds of things, because actually these all are the factor where India needs to improve well. Okay, so that's the thing where India needs to improve well, and that's the thing where the India is trying to get all the benefits or the opportunities and all the overseas partners also, where India can be benefiting well in the profiteering level also, and in the basic sector of the economical also, in the production sector also, and in the other kind of sector too here. So this is page number 135. I'm making you explain about the lesson. Now what is the eradication program? See, the vicious cycle of the poverty is increasing in its own grip, and the reason for it has been actually understood on the short of a time. It means that whenever India is needing the improvement, okay, or India needs to improve well, we are focusing on the poverty elevation program. Poverty elevation program is that when the vicious cycle of poverty is increasing its grips, we need to work on the some kinds of plan. Now let's talk about the plan. Till now 11th year plan has been completed. Till now which plan has been completed? 11 of the years plan has been completed. Now what is 11th year of the plan? See, 11th year of the plan was that in which till now whatever the mistakes were done should be removed in the earlier ages, and that's how the plan was made. Now till then we can say, before that, till then the negligence of the rural areas, strategy for the development of economical work plan for the mainly found for the responsible of the people and all were not focused well, and that's how Indian economy was crumbled out. So we need to understand the golden pinnacle of the Indian economy may be the urban areas, but the base is lying inside the rural areas only. It's a proverb in the page number 135 paragraph of strategy of the eradication, lesson number 17, 10th standard SS textbook. You will read that though the golden pinnacle, the top of the temple or the top of the mosque, whatever is that, is lying of India into the cities, but the heart of India is from the village only. only, so we should support the village, and we need to actually go with the income source of the villages. We need to actually go with the Gramoday. Okay, Gram Uday se Bharat Uday. Gram Uday means what? Dekho, I'll write this name here, that is, I'll just make it show. Okay, Gram Uday. Gram Uday means when the village is actually getting out on the very good amount of rising sun. Okay, Gram Uday se Bharat Uday. This is Bharat, UDAY. This is not just a slogan, it is our mirror showcase which we need to focus and which we need to conquer also. If we are making all the implementation working in the villages, obviously we'll make some implementation which can be helping us to go with the Gramoday Yojanas and all. So the plans of the villages and upliftment of the villages were made, where central government also came active and the state government also supported, emphasizing of the implementation of new plans, programs. Then removal of the poverty was started after the 11th year of the program, and somehow for this small scale, then other improvement in the basic need life industries were given permission to the people to be start out. It means that development of agriculture sector, development of small scale industries, and also opportunities were given to be creating some kinds of new flow of machinery and the new flow of production too inside the villages. So the people needed to come out from the poverty, and the government was trying to help them. So after the independence, the government has made the thrust over, THRUST, thrust means a pressure over the people, the system and the economical level to develop the nation into development of the large scale. And that's how heavy key industries were also planted with the slogan Garibi Hatao, remove Garibi. Heavy key industries means what? Key industries means the industries which are helping India to get all the kinds of food, clothes, dwellings, shelter, giant machineries and international trading system too here. So that's how, on the other hand, the objectives of the Green Revolution led by you can say like our national freedom fighter people and all, somehow they were focusing that how to remove this garibi, how to make proper system, how to make proper to the system of this farming agencies, how to improve the road facilities, how to get employment and all. As you can understand, Sri Lal Bahadur Shastri generally gave the slogan and the concept of Green Revolution. We also moved on the white revolution in production of the milk here. So on the other hand, we can say the objective of the Green Revolution has been also started, the Land Formation Act has been also implemented, and so that development in the agricultural field in the sector has been also started since from the ancient time. So this is the basic concept theory where I am talking about the Gram Uday se Bharat Uday. It means that if the gaon, if the village is improved well, my dear student, then only the India will be getting the improvement, or the India will be improved out. And that's how I have written, India needs to improve well, and there only India can be going well. So sectors of the improvement related to the economical or factories or any kind of financial sectors are improved well, as a result which is also increasing the production nowadays, employment opportunity also nowadays, and furthermore also it can be created. So employment will be increasing, the employment will be actually increased, and poverty could be somehow decreased. This is the basic moral of our systematic theory. If we will increase the employment, obviously the poverty will be decreased out. So industries, manufacturing, the land allotment for the industries, electricity allotment, and many more kinds of allotments were done, in which distribution among the people to the poor, to the we can say like rich people, were somehow managed very well. And in this category of the providing optimistic belief of the government, optimistic belief means a mixed belief. The development distribution of the income at that time was like equitable, but nowadays it is actually slowly becoming equitable. So as a result of income and wealth was concerned in the hands of rich people only, so government made some kinds of improvement in the rules and regulations that the poor must get the proper benefits of these kinds of schemes and the government related policies also, and therefore government made to collect the heavy tax from the luxurious material. Now collecting the heavy tax from the luxurious materials can be also making you to get on a next level, where you can actually make yourself very proper, designed, very conformed to buy what kind of things which are actually in the need of that. Therefore, as a result, improper distribution among the from the rich people towards the commodities, materials, vehicles, or any kind of things which was not kind of general need for the country. It was just like a show off, was actually needing to be attached with a tax. It means that if you are a rich person and you are bringing any car, any kind of jet plane, private craft, or any kind of extra trip, you are going for the world trip and all, the government will ask you for the tax, because these things which you are gonna do, actually just because you are rich, is not supporting the nation, is not helpful for the nation. Your 5 crore of the car is not going to help the nation, so government will ask you to pay extra amount of tax. That is also to control this kinds of heavy amount of the imported machineries, imported mechanized system and other things too here, and where government can be also getting the general thing. So government also government also made some kinds of FPS, that is fair price shop. So under the PSD, public distribution system, generally fair price was started, and the living of the poor people were also improved well, and they were trying to increase their ability to buy something, to expenditure also. As I made you understand in my first lecture, my dear student, that getting 4080 rupees or 5000 rupees for a person who is living in the village area can be comfortable, but it cannot be comfortable in the city, because in the city they may be getting, or they may be expending almost 10,000 to 12,000 per month for the general basic needs also. So the poverty of the rural area compared with the urban area are different, and literally we can say that the income of this kinds of disparate relation with the concept of theory can be also relating with the Bharat Uday. It means that Gram Uday say Bharat Uday can be also seen out here. So this is the general theory which I am trying to discuss in this chapter, and also I am trying to make you understand about the concept of knowledge, where improvement of the factories, improvement of the villages, improvement of the other kinds of new relative factors, economical challenges, all can be somehow taking out India from the mud of poverty. Now third factor says that on the same page number 3536, 135-36, understanding the need of improvement, understanding the need of improve agriculture sector. Government implements many programs like you can say Sealing Act, Land Sealing Act, and also government is generating some of the proper things. Government is giving some kinds of benefits to landlords. Government is giving proper amount of you can say like starting of the new businesses to the landlords, farmers and the rich farmer also, so that it is also properly designed that the land and the ownership must be tie up well with the registration online. Government is also generating some of the online portals where you can claim your land legally if you are the owner of the land. So the fourth topic says that Gram Uday se Bharat Uday means government has actually announced the policies to encourage agriculture and agricultural related industries also, such like you can say like cattle rearing, dairy farming, industry, pisciculture, fish farming, afforestation, growing more trees and all. And apart from that, government is also helping to develop this kinds of small irrigative systems. So government is launching the schemes with the household people can be also getting the benefits. Cottage industry people can be also getting the benefits, and industrial sector people can be also getting the benefits. Means that government is trying to make people go self-reliant, and government has stress on the labors intensive industries, also the industries which are buying extra intensive labor, to pay them also intensively, because to buy heavy amount of labor and to pay less amount of wages is not a thing which we are discussing in this chapter. So arrangement have been made for many industries, household industries, so that increase in the employment in the rural areas can be also seen there. Small industries like a paper mill, or we can say small pen making industry, painting industries can be established easily in your home in the villages. So government is giving you some kinds of schemes also, and the basic detail you can call it like detail theories also, how you can go with that, how you can organize that kind of thing, how you can arrange yourself to become self-reliant. So this is the factor where we are discussing about how to become self-reliant and how government is helping us. So therefore, with the purpose of objective belief, with the purpose of theory related to objective belief, government is working on the industrialization sector also, the skill based development sector also, self-employment program also, and as a part of strategy improvement with the poverty, the government has also implemented programs like self-employment program. Atmanirbhar program is also in the 2020-21 is being organized by the government. In that you are getting some amount of financial loan where you can get the loan to start the business and also go on with the own flow of the money. Okay, so that's how for this purpose field employment have been actually opened to generate the income, and income will increase the living standard. Living standard will kill the ratio of poverty. So these are the basic 4 points which we are discussing in this chapter, and as if we move further, then the 5th point is also said out continuously, that this kinds of factor which is relating in the country like India is actually the factor which is making everything possible for the people, for the government, and also for the poor people who are living below poverty line. Now my dear student, the 5th topic says that on the page number 136. The 5th topic on the page number 136 says that government has improved the structure of education, health, residencies, means the living standard, employment, family planning, communication, etc. So it is actually improvising the betterment of the irrigation facilities also, road making facilities also, crop production also, insurance schemes are there, skill and training field are also generated for the agriculture development or for the general skill based labors too, and development of the various crops are also done there. Then bank loans are also done there. BT seeds are available for the farmers, and it has been also created such types of variable steps taken by the government so that youth does not migrate from one place to another. It means that in the ancient time, as I made you understand, due to industrial influence, youth, the young people is migrating from one place to another. That should be stopped out. And latterly, by starting the colleges and schools, and at the some of the distance level schools and colleges and all, government is trying to make some kinds of educational center also, where the government provides technical as well as vocational centers to the courses too, in which you can join and you can also work with your own self in the future, and you shall be becoming very good in the living standard also, and you can maintain your own benefits. So courses and the trainings are done, and in the order of care of the taken government, we can say that students are actually completing their higher studies. Sometimes they are giving the free laptops also, sometimes they are giving free tablets also, and also sometimes they are providing the book materials too. Scholarship schemes are also there. So they encourage by giving the motivation to the students in the form of economical help. If government is giving economical help to the poor people, obviously that child, that girl, that boy will be getting motivation, and he or she should be working well for the 10th standard result and plus 2, that is 12th standard result too here. So facilities are also there. Sometimes government is also generating some sections for the minority group of the people also, sometimes free facilities or fees too here. Education, residency, food, cloth, and promotion is also done there. So we are having some kinds of schools like Eklavya Vidyalaya, Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, which are actually working under the central governmental we can say agencies and all, and they are helping the government or the people who are coming from the ST zone or the tribal zone, so that they can be also improving their abilities and all. Now girls education, Beti Badhao Beti Padhao, is also one of the basic theory related to the government, in which programs for the women empowerment has been also started, and to make women self-reliant economically, government is giving some kinds of benefits like sewing machines and training them also. So various solid steps have been also taken to create self-employment. Thus the government actually focuses over the valid steps which can combat with the demon of poverty strategically. Valid step means a legal step where government is trying to fight with the poverty, the demon of poverty, and it is also said that the root problem of the poverty is actually lying inside the illiteracy and corruption too here. So with the World Bank eradication program, government of India is announcing that by the 2030, if the poverty is not controlled, it can be world largest poverty in India, but we are trying to control it before the 2030 comes here. Therefore we can say that the poverty, and to complete the missing World Bank regarding eradication poverty report from 2030, we need to improve well before it is coming. That's how we can say that the government of India can be working well. Now see my dear student, this is the lecture relating with the second part. In the third part we'll be generally going with the poverty alleviation program. What is PAP, Poverty Alleviation Program? So that we'll be discussing in some other lecture. This lecture was till here only. You must work hard for the education, because poverty in India is common, and I don't wish to see you inside the poverty line. Take care, keep revising. Jai Hind.